Here we have the current stock market analysis for Palantir Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker PLTR. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comments section so that other traders will be able to find this information more easily on the platform. So as we can see here, we have the 1 hour price chart. Each trading bar, each candle on this price chart represents a 1 hour trading period. And as we can see here, share prices are starting to surge higher once again. Near-term highs are coming in at 37.74. So this does essentially mean that we have now managed to find some support coming in at 35.72 would be the most recent low. So let's just quickly mark that in here. 35.72 would be the sort of near-term low here, and then the near-term high comes in at 37.74. So ultimately what this tells us is that the share price itself was able to find some support right at this 50-period exponential moving average. So this is the 1 hour price chart, which would mean that this orange line is the 50-hour exponential moving average. So these are positive developments here because we did manage to break above the stock's prior high, which posted at 37.35 during the September 19 trading session. And we are continuing to make some marginal highs here in the upward direction. One thing that I want to note here is that, there's a lot of hype around this stock on the platform at the moment. A lot of clickbaity type YouTube videos that say things like, buy this stock and by next year you'll be rich and all this stuff. I will make perfectly clear I'm absolutely a fan of the company. I think it's a very strong, well-positioned company. I think Alex Karp is a complete rock star, best haircut in the S&P 500. Total fan of Palantir, but at the same time, you would not find me buying the stock at these current elevated levels here. And one thing that I should point out would be that we are seeing marginal highs here, but the differences here are quite small. I mean, as I said, this near-term high comes in at 37.74. More recently, the high was 37.35, and then before that, we would be looking at a price high of 37.04. So we have a succession of three higher highs here, and that is a bullish structure, a bullish formation, and everything like that. But the highs themselves are just marginally different. So these clickbaity YouTube videos, they really do get on my nerves because they're just completely idiotic. But what I will say about this stock at this point is that I do believe that we have sort of carved out a higher footing for the stock. So what that really means is that I would now expect to see support levels start to establish themselves at higher and higher levels. So that is a positive. I mean, I'm not trying to give a bearish outlook or something for the stock, but I just think that a lot of the hype is unwarranted. Seeing three different highs here and really just a price difference of roughly 70 cents. I mean, and then saying that the stock is going to make you rich next year. These people don't even say how much of the stock you would need to buy in order to get rich, quote unquote, get rich from it. So there's a lot of really ridiculous nonsense that gets posted on this platform, and a lot of it is directed at this stock specifically. Nothing wrong with the company. They're building their contracts are increasing. There's a lot to be optimistic about here for Palantir. But at the same time, you're not going to find me buying, into a new 20-cent price high, just because some guy with questionable market experience on YouTube seems to be recommending it. So, all of that said, what I'm really saying here is that I do think that we're starting to establish a foothold here at higher and higher levels. So currently the price zone that I would be watching here does come in right around 33.80, 33.85 roughly. This would be the 23.6% Fibonacci retracement of this ascending move from 21.23 to now 37.74. Of course, in order to get there, you would have to break below that 35.72 support zone. But this is very short-term in nature, and I wouldn't, unless you're trading on like a 5-minute price chart or something like that, I wouldn't put a lot of, faith necessarily in this 35.72 level holding. I mean, could it hold? Yeah, it absolutely could hold. But what we're looking at here is a relatively kind of insignificant spike low within the broader scheme of things here. So, with something like that, you always have to kind of take a look at the broader picture here. If we just sort of zoom out on the price chart, I do expect to see that we're going to see a lot of headlines today about how Palantir is kind of zooming higher or whatever. But all we're doing here is looking at the 1 hour price chart. I mean, this is a relatively low time frame here. It's not exactly, it's not a daily chart or a weekly chart or anything like that. And as we can see here, this price movement in the upward direction is quite small. I understand it is positive for anybody that's long the stock, and that's great. But within the overall context here, within the broader context here, these are not major price moves in the positive direction. So for anybody that is interested in actually purchasing the stock at a preferable price zone, the first level that I would be watching really does come in at roughly 33.80. That would probably be my first source for buying opportunities there. I would definitely wait to see to see if we can develop a break below this 35.72 area. I think that would give share prices a bit more of a better value at the moment. And in the final part of this video, just quickly, we'll take a look at the indicator reading here, which does give us some warning signals about this current price spike higher, because what we're seeing at the moment is a bearish divergence. We can see this here. So essentially what this means is that the indicator reading is not matching these new price highs. So what we're seeing on the chart here is that, we're trading at the right at the highs here, 37.74, right near there. Currently the share price is 37.54. So we're just 20 cents off the highs at the moment. And as we can see here, the indicator reading is nowhere near its prior high. If we go back to the actual high on the indicator reading, what we're looking at here is a price level at 26.57. So this is a major difference here. This is actually a bearish, a fairly significant bearish divergence that has started to develop here. So, there are several warning signals as far as, buying in at the wrong level. And I do think that people are going to start to experience a crash here if they're buying in at these upper levels. I think that that's a massive mistake. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm bearish on the company. It means that I'm bearish on the market's current outlook and where share prices are currently. I think that this just represents an inability to trade the market properly, because you're supposed to buy low and sell high, not buy higher at 20-cent increments into new price highs. So I just think that there are some warning signals that are developing here. We still have this forward PE ratio that is pretty much astronomical, really out into the stratosphere. And then in combination with all of that, you still have this descending momentum reading in the indicator, which is now creating a bearish divergence on the hourly price charts. So here's the current stock market update for Palantir Technologies Incorporated, stock ticker PLTR. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market, lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.